Hello, everyone. I'm Pastor So. Thank you for joining me on Sermon Recap. Today, we're going to focus on Romans chapter 12, verse 1 to 21, what Pastor talked about. And I don't know if you remember, the title of the sermon was "Does Church Matter?" I ask that questions all the time because as a young age, as a kid, it's always hard to go to a church. I remember if I don't go to church, I would get spanked, right? But and looking that back now, I'm like, yeah, it's worth it. It's weird, but I want to share that um, it's matter, right? It's more than matter. It's important. We need to have this in our life. We need to have that part of our life because the world that we lived in, I think without church or without the people around us that from church, it would be difficult for us to live and each day in our life. And I know some of you might think like, not really, Pastor So, right? I'm doing just fine. I'm sure you're doing fine, and thank God for that, right? But I want to share that it's important as much as you build that relationship with Him, even though it's not a church, right? But I hope that you find the church. But more important than that, we are important to one another, whether you're sons, whether you're a nephew, whether you're a father or mother, even a grandparent, right? It's important for us to be those, right? I'm a son, I'm an uncle, I'm a brother, I'm a pastor now, right? It's a those gifts, those part are very important for us to be as God is blessing us. As Romans reading say in verse 1, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in the views of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, a holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship, right? And I'm not like, okay, do everything, right? Give everything to God and, leave your families alone, right? Oh, now I'm going to have to be at church. I'm going to have to be reading the Bible, or I'm going to have to be, getting the church ready, or I'm going to have to do this and to glorify God and leave the family behind, right? That's not what He is calling us to do that. I mean, it's good for us to read our Bible, to study, and to prepare a place for somebody to come, the congregation to come and hear the word of God, but it's also important for us to go out and live into the world, right? Because that's where we make differences through our God. That's where we show the people that we care because what God is want us to do. Right? James say, faith without work is nothing. And it goes the other way around too. Right? Work without faith is nothing. And pastors mentioned it, and that way hit me. Right? That was hit me when he said, if you don't have, um, how can you live out faith if you don't have faith in the first place? How can you? How are you going to sacrifice yourself if you don't know the worth of doing something? Right? It's important. It's very important for us to stay connected in church because the person that you're at church might need you as much as you need them. Yes, we will have our down and high points, but at the end, we need that. And where can you see that today? Where can you go out and sacrifice, or where can you go and look around that today, right? Who needs you today, or who do you need today that you can reach out, right? Even though life is good or life is just not good, how can we do that? Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Pastor So, and I hope to see you next time. God bless.